Oh, wow! Wow!
How about something amazing? So today, the most incredible things you didn't even know about. Let's go. If the words Mortal Kombat evoke the sense of nostalgia and memories of an awesome for its time 2D fighting game, then you probably played that very first version. It saw the light of day back in 1992. A hell of a long time to be able to look behind the scenes of development. Poor still. Yes, I found this archive footage. It turns out that real actors were used in the development of the original Mortal Kombat. But this isn't modern motion capture technology and chroma key. The quality was, well, yeah, honestly, knowing what Mortal Kombat looks like now, it's pretty funny to see all those body moves, especially the jumps involving the ladder. Hair, eyes. No, it's not Chewbacca in a snowdrift, but an amazing natural phenomenon that looks like a lush wig that a tree put on for some reason, or cotton candy made from the purest ice. Here, ice forms in the area between 45 and 55 degrees north latitude. It grows only at night and only on damp, rotting wood, and then usually disappears when the sun comes out. The fact that ice crystals themselves form at temperatures below freezing is no secret, but it's actually a fungus known as Xidiopsis effusa that turns into a beard. The fungus creates pine hairs at about 0.01 millimeters in diameter and allows them to hold their shape for many hours. How? No one knows. Scientists have yet to study this phenomena. Japan is an amazing country where anything can be interesting, even a sewer manhole. In the city of Karasawa near Tokyo, they thought it'd be cool to make manholes illuminated, and they didn't just make them glow. They added images of anime characters. It seems that in the city there are 28 manholes with the new design, with images of 27 characters. Although even without the illumination, the Japanese manholes seem like art. In Japan, they designed very beautiful manholes that depict everything from local characters to famous landmarks. And it works. There are even fans who specifically travel around the country to see each unusual manhole. Fortunately, no one tries to take the piece of iron with them. Instead, there are gift cards with their images. Imagine you're standing on the street and suddenly you hear some rumbling. A huge stream of trees. Wait, what?
Oh, wow! Wow!
Yeah, if that's not the storming of ice and garden, I don't know how those trees can move. Well, it turns out they only need too much rain to move. That's what happened in Utah in the summer of 2018. The rains combined with mountains of mud, sand and broken trees, and it all rushed through Johnson Canyon. And look, the water is so muddy and with so much wood you can barely see it. And the tree debris seemed to be creeping briskly forward without any help at all. It's creepy. Warning. If you suffer from trypophobia, this next part is definitely not for you. If you don't know what trypophobia is, well, you're about to find out.
There they come, get them.
This is the Surinam toad, an amphibian native to South America. Most of the time, this toad looks like a frog that happened to be on the highway at the wrong time. In short, it's almost flat. This continues until the breeding season arrives and the female toad catches the prepared eggs right on her back. The future father of the family helps by pressing the eggs against the partner's back. And eventually they're literally glued to her skin. Add a special substance with which the toad envelops its young and you get a perfect incubator on its back. The number of eggs in a clutch varies from 40 to 144. And after about 3 months, a whole bunch of little toads are born, and it looks, yes, absolutely disgusting. There's a stereotype that boxers aren't very smart and chess players are, well, not very athletic. Now, even if that were true, you couldn't say anything like that about these guys because they do chess boxing. Chess and boxing are the same here. To win, an athlete must be able to concentrate in spite of stress and blows received in the ring because, yes, chess replaces boxing and then back again. The fight consists of 11 rounds, where the odd ones are an intellectual contest and the even wins are fights. Well, and a minute for each break. It's one of the strangest things I've come across, but people really get into this sort of sport. We're all used to the way bananas look. They're tasty, nutritious, comfortable to hold in your hand. It's even suspiciously comfortable, as if nature had specifically created this fruit for humans, except it didn't. The way bananas look today is the result of selection because they used to have seeds. Just imagine eating a banana and spitting all the time. The size of the fruit was smaller and the peel was probably stronger and short. Thanks to our ancestors, you've done an amazing job. You think seeds and bananas and chess boxing are the weirdest things that exist on this planet. Ha! Look at the platypus, they're weird. Platypuses are armed with a beak, poisonous spurs on their legs get their egg-laying, and capable of sensing electric fields. What's more, they haven't invented any other way to feed their babies and started to sweat milk. Recently, scientists discovered that platypuses also glow in the dark. Why the hell not? Scientifically speaking, platypuses have biofluorescence. That is, they can absorb and remit light. In other words, if you shine an ultraviolet lamp on a platypus, its fur will glow greenish-blue in response. However, platypuses don't glow on their own, so you won't notice it in the wild. Unless, of course, you happen to meet a platypus on the dance floor. You can safely watch the hurricane through a screen or from the International Space Station. A height of more than 400 kilometers guarantees a gorgeous view and lightning. I was surprised, but it turns out you can see the flashes even from above. But while the elements rage on Earth, in space, the hurricane seems like a pile of illuminated clouds. And while we're on the subject of lightning, there's one place on our planet where it's particularly common, in northwestern Venezuela, where the Catatumbo River flows into Lake Maracaibo. There's so much lightning that it seems unreal. See for yourself, 250 lightning bolts per square kilometer per year. The number of thunderstorm days a year can reach 200, and during the most active periods, there are up to 28 lightning strikes per minute. Certainly people have long noticed this strange place, but why are there so many thunderstorms here? Warm and humid winds from the Caribbean meet the cold air of the Andes. This creates a vortex that rotates counterclockwise, which can lead to thunderstorms. At the same time, methane is released from the oil deposits in the lake and organic matter in the nearby marshes. It's lifted to the clouds by the wind. The air currents then distribute the methane within the clouds, but in some places the gas concentrates. Well, then it's enough to just push a little. A sudden avalanche can cause injury, death, and economic damage, but it's impossible to stop this natural phenomenon, but it can be triggered ahead of time. In Alaska, to control avalanches, the mountains are fired from a 100mm howitzer and the snow demon is awakened. Fire! To shock the public, you have to do something special. Build a giant robot, put a lot of bees on yourself, or just sharpen a pencil. Okay, it's not really that simple. Salavat Fidai is a Russian miniaturist sculptor who specializes in really tiny things. Sometimes he does other trivia, but it's the rods that have brought the sculptor popularity. And no wonder, just look at what he does. On average, take 2 to 3 days. It's very fine and painstaking work, which is why sculptures rarely cost less than $1,000. Unicorn fish. No, really, can you imagine something like that? Strictly speaking, narwhals aren't fish, but mammals, one of a kind. They look weird and the huge horn doesn't help at all. Technically though, it's not a horn at all, but a modified left front tooth that has grown into a straight and twisted fine spiral tusk. It's hollow and weighs about 10 kilograms. But the most interesting thing is that the narwhal horn isn't a weapon, but heaven knows what. It was supposed that it's necessary for mating games, for attraction of females, and for punching holes in the ice. Another version is that it's kind of a barometer to keep track of pressure, temperature, and other water indicators. The courtship process of some animals looks really funny. Look at the birds of paradise. To attract the attention of the female, the males clear a special area, spread their feathers in a special way, turning into an unknown alien creature, and then they begin to dance. No, seriously, they dance. This dance needs the right track. Gibraltar is a very small area, but it has its own airport. It's true that to land or take off from here, you need to know how. The airport has only one runway with a length of less than 2,000 meters, which goes straight into the sea. And that's not all. Here's a highway crossing it. I mean, a real one with cars. Locals have to wait in front of the fence to wait for the planes to land or take off. And although authorities keep promising to solve the problem, it seems that so far, all the construction has gone nowhere. Remember the moose that turned out to be divers? Well, there are no moose in the Bahamas, so the pigs are responsible for the swimming here. They live on the uninhabited island of Big Major Cay, where there are sources of drinking water plus curious tourists, who are always ready to feed the friendly pigs. The pigs are fed from passing yachts, and if the boat is close enough to shore, the pigs can jump in on their own begging for food. No one knows where the animals came from in the first place. According to one version, the pigs were left here by sailors. According to another, they reached land themselves after a shipwreck, became wild and bred. In any case, swimming pigs simply adore people and live a life that many only dream of. Imagine owning your own tropical island. And while you are thinking about those cute pigs, what about spiders? You know how they come into the world, from eggs. Some species, for example, hang their future offspring directly off the web, weaving a secure cocoon. By the way, inside each of these spider containers, there can be up to 1,000 little buggers, but the real horror begins when the little spiders mature and are ready to burst out the cocoon because, oh my god, not only does it look like nightmare, but it's also Tracheal Robustus, a species that can kill humans with its venom. But the good thing is these babies are bred to get the antidote and save lives. We'll see you later.